All right, let's talk about fake flowers. We're going to completely transform how you think about them. Forget just, sticking a few stems in a vase. We are diving deep into the art of creating these stunning, super lifelike arrangements that'll have literally everyone doing a double take.
I mean, seriously, right? We've all seen those sad, stiff, plasticky tulips collecting dust in a corner. But you guys, the quality of faux florals today has had a major, major glow up. They're made with such incredible artistry now that they look and honestly sometimes even feel real. And with that glow up, of course, comes a new name. The pros, they call them permanent botanicals. And it's the perfect term, really. These aren't just cheap imitations anymore. They're artistic, durable pieces of decor that give you all the beauty of real flowers, just, without the inevitable wilting.
So how do you get from just a handful of stems to a total masterpiece? Well, it all starts with thinking like a designer. There are a few key principles that, once you get them, will completely elevate your arrangements. So let's decode those secrets.
Okay, first up, balance. This is the absolute foundation of your design. It's all about spreading out the visual weight so the whole thing feels stable and right, not lopsided or chaotic.
And you've got two main flavors of balance to play with here. Symmetrical is very classic, very formal. Think of it like a perfectly tailored suit. Everything is mirrored. But then you have asymmetrical, which feels way more organic and modern. It's still balanced, but it's not a perfect mirror image, which is pretty much exactly how you'd find flowers out in nature.
This right here, this is a total game changer. Proportion is just the relationship between your flowers and your vase. If the flowers are way too tall, the whole thing looks like it's about to blast off. Too short, and it kind of looks like it's hiding. Just stick to this simple 1.5 to 2 times rule, and you're going to nail it pretty much every time.
And you got to remember, the container you choose is so much more than just something to hold the flowers. It's the stage for your whole design. A tall, skinny cylinder vase? Perfect for those dramatic, long-stemmed branches. A round fishbowl, on the other hand, is just begging for big, lush blooms like hydrangeas that can really fill out its shape. The vase totally sets the mood. Okay, so every beautiful arrangement has a kind of ugly secret, and that's the hidden framework, the guts of the thing that holds it all together. So let's look at the tools and the mechanics that let you basically defy gravity and make those stems do exactly what you want them to do.
These 3 tools are your absolute non-negotiables. Artificial flower stems have wire inside them, and I'm telling you, trying to cut them with kitchen scissors is a one-way ticket to frustration and ruined scissors. A good, solid pair of wire cutters is your #1 ride-or-die tool here.
Now, to hold all those stems in place, you need some kind of support inside the vase. For decades, floral foam has been the standard. It's super easy to use, it's effective, but a more sustainable and honestly more flexible option is chicken wire. You just scrunch it into a ball, pop it in the vase, and it creates this amazing natural-feeling grid. Now keep this choice in mind because we are definitely coming back to it later.
All right, you've got your design principles, you've got your tools. Now for the really fun part, actually putting it all together. This is where the art meets the engineering. This simple process brings order to what can feel like chaos. You always start with greenery to build the overall shape. Then, you put in your biggest wow flowers. Those are your anchors. After that, you fill in the gaps with the medium-sized flowers. And finally, add all those little delicate bits for texture. But that last step is so crucial. Step back and edit. Sometimes just removing one single stem can make the entire arrangement finally breathe.
It is the most frustrating thing, isn't it? You've made this gorgeous arrangement, but because fake flowers are so lightweight, the slightest little bump sends the whole thing toppling over.
So the secret is really simple. You have to lower the center of gravity. Just adding weight to the bottom of the vase is the easiest fix. Sand or pebbles work perfectly. And for clear vases, things like decorative stones or even water beads can add that stability while also becoming a cool part of the design itself.
Okay, remember that floral foam we mentioned earlier? The easy, dependable training wheels of floral design? Well, it turns out there's a pretty big catch.
Yeah, its convenience has been hiding a really serious downside for decades, and it's one that affects both our health and the environment.
Get this, a single block of floral foam contains as much plastic as 10 plastic shopping bags. Just let that sink in for a second. That green, crumbly block is a really dense piece of single-use plastic, and unlike a bag, it's literally designed to break apart.
So, when that foam breaks down, it creates microplastics that just wash right down our drains and out into our ecosystems. And on top of that, it's made with some nasty chemicals like formaldehyde, which is a known irritant and a probable carcinogen. It's basically a trifecta of environmental and health problems all packed into one convenient little block.
But here is the good news. You absolutely do not need foam to create amazing arrangements. In fact, a lot of professional florists have been ditching it for years, and they rely on techniques that are way more sustainable and often lead to more creative designs anyway. And just look at these incredible options. That chicken wire we talked about, infinitely reusable. A kenzan, which is also called a flower frog, is this weighted, spiky metal base that's perfect for those elegant, minimalist designs. You can even make a simple grid with waterproof tape right over the mouth of your vase, and it works wonders. These aren't just substitutes. They're better tools that encourage more creative, natural-looking arrangements.
When you think about it, the real joy of permanent botanicals is right there in the name. They're permanent. We choose them because they last. So by making a conscious choice about the materials we use to arrange them, we can make sure our creative hobby is supporting a healthier planet, leaving behind a legacy of beauty, not a legacy of pollution.